Ladies and gentlemen, do not adjust your dials. Do not adjust your clocks. It's all right. It's just that this week, your boys is in the building. It's just a little later than normal. On a Wednesday, Monarchs. It's your boy Cool McCain. And as always, I'm joined by the other half of the Monarchery, the Playmaker. What's going on, Playmaker?
Well, there's a lot of madness going on around here. I thought madness was just for basketball, but it seems like wrestling wanted to take part in the madness as well.
Take part in it. They might have set it off. You know what I'm saying?
Madness is everywhere going on.
It is a lot to talk about. So I figured we're going to dig into it. We're going to start off, as always, of course, a little TNA news and notes. I mean, not TNA, my bad. NXTNA.
On the NXT right, TNA.
NXTNA. I'm going to let you start on the TNA side because NXT side because we got to spend a few minutes on TNA because Sacrifice coming up.
Should we have spent a few minutes on? It's a lot going on in WWE. You should be have enough time to cover everything that happened in the world of wrestling entertainment.
Nah,
for the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, just whatever's it's only 2 weeks for Raw. Everything else, you know what I'm saying?
No, NXT too. NXT was yesterday.
Well, true.
So, right, as those of you who probably figured out if you watched NXT or Raw on Monday, Stand and Deliver is not a part of WrestleMania weekend.
I think they're smart, actually.
That is coming up in a week from Saturday, April 4th. Will be NXT Stand and Deliver out in St. Louis, Missouri. And Mr. McCain, we have a fatal four-way coming up on the NXT Championship side. Joe Hendry defending his title against Tony D'Angelo, Ricky Saints, and Ethan Page. Early thoughts?
We'll still be believing in Joe Hendry after the match. It's my early thoughts.
Don't worry, the women's NXT champion, she will be defending her title, JC Jane. But that will be determined next week. And sir, we'll have Kendall Gray go against Lola Vice. The winner gets the title shot.
Yep. We'll see how that goes.
But probably the most crazy thing that happened in NXT was Johnny Gargano won the Eliminator match without even actually trying.
Things happen. A lot of crazy things.
Man, he has a heck of a wife. Because Kelsey Way is sitting here dealing with this, and she the one that got him to win.
Always. Shit, somebody else get a win this week too.
Yeah, we ain't got that for it, so a little foreshadowing. Man, Gargano, can you snap a little bit? That man went to a rival company, and you sitting there emotionless. Just, I don't even think this win is going to snap Johnny Gargano out of it. I think he's still going to be stone-faced. That's the best way I can put it.
Yeah, I think that's a new little gimmick they're doing. It's better than Johnny Wrestling to me. Johnny Wrestling is just kind of, it doesn't have the same pop on the main roster that it did in NXT.
Sir, I'm going to give you the floor because Zarya and So had a emotional back and forth.
I mean, I'll say this about it. it was quote unquote emotional. But it was all things that we've heard before, right? We've heard the I don't want to be the backup. I feel like you get more opportunities than me from Zarya. I was just trying to be a good friend and I don't understand and blah blah blah. So we really heard all of it before. They just kind of repackaged it by saying it to each other. It delivered what it needed to further the storyline, but I didn't feel like it was a lot of new material. It was just all said together instead of, in pieces.
But do I dare say that the crowd favorite is Zarya in this one?
Of course.
Which is new territory for Soruko?
Well, obviously, it makes sense because Zarya's argument feels more compelling based on what's been happening. Right? You get all the opportunities, and Soruko turns around and gets another opportunity, and Zarya does it. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting how that segment went. And then Miss Parker and Miss Jordan. How do you feel about this going?
It was definitely a cake fest. It was a good match. A lot like I just want to clarify. We get on here, we talk about like, oh, cakes, blah 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 blah. Right? That's just aesthetically pleasing. These women can wrestle too. They give us good matches. That's just shall I say, frosted icing on top of the cupcake type thing. But
I want to see where this is going.
Good match. Good match. Good match.
Jada Parker and Kalani Joy from the Collide. This is going to be interesting.
Mm-hmm. When this happens, it's going to be a good match. And we needed some new feuds instead of the same thing over and over and over again.
Don't worry, Kuma King gonna have his. Well, Kuma King's not a popcorn, so he might have some chips.
Oh, I eat popcorn.
I don't think you're gonna eat popcorn on this one.
I'm gonna be like Big E. I'm asking popcorn like Big E.
What was that at? Was that at like a Money in the Bank or something?
I'm not sure where it was at, but I got that meme. That's how I'm gonna be.
That meme is still alive to this day.
It is very solid meme, I would say as well. Very solid meme.
But we are just a week and 4 days away from Standard Delivery in St. Louis.
Mm-hmm.
So we got one more week left, and then NXT biggest show of the year will be here before you know it.
And shout out to them for doing it smarter. I think splitting it like that from WrestleMania weekend makes it smarter, and it gives you opportunities to have run-ins or people from NXT be part of the WrestleMania, probably night one, because they don't really care about night one as much.
I mean, they better care about that first. Or are you gonna put it on ESPN too? Even though I dive into that a little bit more when we get to the main roster side. You got to get TNA in here. Let's get TNA in here.
They only don't care so much, though. You know how they do. All right, guys. So, switching over to the TNA side here, we got Sacrifice coming up. So, we haven't really had as many opportunities to talk about TNA just because of what's been happening. We kind of had to, pun intended, sacrifice some TNA time. But we're gonna go over the card for Sacrifice. Pun intended. And the matches so far. So for Sacrifice, we're gonna have it's gonna be Friday, March 27th. So this is gonna be a Friday. PLE, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. So just a couple of days away. So what we've been missing, talking about, is a rivalry that has been building between Mike Santana and Steve Macklin has kind of pulled him away from the storyline of Moose with the system. But they've been They've been having some words and little physicality and all that good stuff. So it's gonna come to a head, in 2 days. First, of course, tonight you have TNA show will be on tonight, and then the pay per view will be in 2 days. So that's a little interesting to me, but hey, it's not my thing. So match card. What we know so far, of course, things may get added. We're gonna have a no DQ match between Elena Black and Mara Sade. So these are both two former WWE wrestlers, female wrestlers who are now both in TNA, kind of rebuilding their careers. I'm not going to go into their WWE names. I think you can figure them out if you're a wrestling fan, who these two people are. I think it's going to be fun. It's going to be a little bit violent, no DQ match, but I don't think it'll go too far. Playmaker, who would you like? Who would you pick to win that match?
So I guess TNA want to take a page out of NXT and want to put me in a bind, picking between these two.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the middle, dirty. I ain't picking.
I'm going Mara Sade.
I'm just gonna enjoy the pleasure of watching both ladies. Okay. Can I just do that?
I'm gonna enjoy it, but I'm going with Mara Sade to win. All right. Next on the card, we got Eddie Edwards with the rest of the system, Bear Bronson, Brian Myers, and Cedric Alexander against Moose with his wife in his corner. Eddie Edwards' wife, Alicia Edwards, in Moose corner.
Eddie Edwards.
Unless the turn happens here, I gotta go. Because the thing is,
no, hold on. I'll take that back. This is the first time he gets his hands on anybody on the system, right?
No, he's been fighting everybody else. This is
okay.
Eddie Edwards.
I'm picking Eddie Edwards. The wife is the wife, okay? The wife's got to do what the wife's got to do.
So I'm gonna go with Moose.
But if Moose wins, I would be thoroughly happy. I'd be thoroughly happy. But the way things are set up, that's the wife. She got to do what the wife can do.
I think that what's going to happen is there's going to be other interference because the system has copped the squat and drop over a lot of the roster. So I think some people will come out and make sure that things stay even.
So you saying they are on a similar trajectory as the Vision, who every corner they turn around, there's somebody they're waiting to get their hands on them.
Not quite that bad, but in the same room.
Okay.
So I'm going to go with Moose. All right. Then we have Jada Stone and Trey Miguel versus Mustafa Ali and Tasha Steelz. They are members of Order 4. I'm going to go Jada Stone and Trey Miguel because I have lost all interest, care, and belief in Order 4. And I think that me and my sister could beat them in a match.
Happy belated birthday to the sister.
A belated birthday to his sister.
And speaking of which, my sister's birthday was yesterday. So,
yep. So happy belated birthday to both our sisters. How about that?
Yes. Well, I told her yesterday, so I'm with you on this one. I just wanted to know how long Order 4 was going to be, right in the middle spot before they start dipping. And now they're starting to dip it.
In my opinion, about where they've always been, but it's just me.
No, I mean when they first started, you gave it a chance. Put them in the middle, give them a chance. Let's see where you're gonna be at.
They never really did anything, but it's all good. I ain't tripping. They were made to be a mid-card faction, so they are what they are. All right, we got Elijah and the Hometown Man versus AJ Francis and Frankie Kazarian. I think I'm gonna go with Francis and Kazarian in this one.
I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go with it. Go with it.
The Hometown Man thing, it's kind of.
If they have Frankie Kazarian and AJ, I'd probably be going the other way. But Frankie Kazarian is the difference maker for me.
Yeah, I agree with that. All right, so we have a TNA Knockouts World Title 3-way match. So we have Ariana Grace, who is no longer the champion. She lost the championship last week to Danny Luna. And versus, of course, Danny Luna because he's a champion, and Li Ying Lee with Zaya Brookside. And of course, Ariana has Channing Lorenzo. He's no longer going by Stacks. He's now going by Channing Lorenzo.
It's going by his name. How nice.
And they're members of the Birthright. I'm not going to waste my time today.
Don't even
but
do
we
it.
will get into that. But we will get into that. I'm going to say that Danny Luna, she just won a championship. So it doesn't make sense for her to lose it. So I'm going to have her keeping it.
She better keep it.
Yeah. If she doesn't keep it, and they're treating her like they did Tommaso Ciampa, and that's dirty. Because he was definitely done dirty. All right, X Division title match: Leon Slater versus Eric Young. Another match that has actually been built up. Another, interesting thing. I like that TNA is taking a little time, at least a couple of weeks, to try to build toward matches and not just, hey, these two guys are going to fight. There's not really a reason, but they're going to fight. Yeah. So they didn't go that route. So that is a positive. Who you got winning?
I'm running with the champ.
Okay. The champ is here. All right, so we're going with Leon Slater. I'm gonna have to agree. Eric Young he can basically absorb any loss at this point. I mean, he's been dead, he's been killed and resurrected, all kinds of things. So he can take a loss. And then we've got a TNA World Title match. Talked about it earlier. Mike Santana, Steve Macklin. I am going to go with Santana 10 times out of 10 in this match. Great rivalry. It's building up. I like what they're doing with it. Why are you laughing?
Look at the comment.
Okay. So, hi guys. Happy Wednesday. That's for my goddamn Barry Sports highlights.
What's up, Dave?
All right. So then Yolanda says, hey, fellas. So then she says, so who is the new member dad in the Birthright? Is she talking about Charlie Dempsey?
Probably.
If you're talking about Charlie Dempsey, Yolanda, her dad is his dad, is William Regal. It's William Regal's son.
Yeah, that is, but that man there, I have nothing.
So who are you talking about, Yolanda? So who are you talking about?
He is the new member.
No, I'm just going to ask who she's talking about.
Because the other two been there. That's it. Started with them.
Are you talking about Stacks?
Oh, before him.
So she must be talking about.
So the two guys that started it. Oh, the guy who left Chase U. I forgot his name. Crap. I know what you're talking about.
Who was he?
Remember the two guys that was trying to rebuild Chase U and finally one of them left?
I'm asking you, who is it? Like I'm asking a question for her. Whose dad is it?
I forgot.
Do some quick research here. Get it right.
Is it I don't know why I got Murray's in my head.
Are you talking about Uriah Connors?
Yeah, Connors.
That is unfortunately, that is David Finley's brother. It's Finley's son.
You say David Finley White. I don't think people know about David.
Mm-hmm.
I always call him Fit.
Even though David Finlay, he was in New Japan.
Well, some people, not most people.
Okay. Well, you know Fit Finlay. You know what that is. So Uriah Connors is Fit Finley's younger son. And just to nerd out for a moment, Fit Finley's mad at David Finlay because David Finlay didn't come to be the leader of Birthright. He said he's never made money with his dad and his brother, so he went with the people he made money with before. And
that's why I was
his dad
laughing.
got mad, so he should change. Yeah, his dad got mad, so he should change their name. I wouldn't change my name either, David Finlay. I wouldn't even respond to him no more. You're mad because I didn't want to come to NXT and be the faction that sounds terrible from the beginning. You wanted me to come and ruin my career, all my momentum from New Japan, just so I could be in a faction with you and my brother. I ain't never made no money with y'all. I'm with David Finlay. I'm sure Tony Khan gave him more money than Paul was going to give him anyway. So you do what you got to do, and you do it because you got to do it. You feel me? So
now the question is it working for him? That's the question.
I mean, he's getting paid.
You're getting paid.
And that's what works for me.
Is
money,
it working
money.
for him, though?
Yeah. Money.
Yeah. Why you had to do that?
I couldn't help myself.
Why you had to do that? I was gonna catch on to that real quickly.
I couldn't help myself. So we were talking about that money. Yeah. All right, AEW Dynamite. Let's get into this. Let's dig into this real quick. So we started off with the return of my second favorite wrestler in AEW by the name of Will Ospreay against Blake Christensen. Good match. We saw a little bit of Ariel Saxon. After the match, of course, he calls out Moxley and his crew. They come out. Things get a little dicey. And then there's a match between the Death Riders and the Bang Bang Gang. So this version of the Bang Bang Gang, we have Juice Robinson, Ace Austin, and Austin Gunn. So Austin, you the one. They defeated Ace Austin and Juice. Not really much else to be said about that. Sure.
Of course that was going to win. What else was going to happen?
What's your question, sir?
I said, of course they did. I ain't had no question.
Oh, I thought you said question.
No, I said, of course they did.
My bad. All right. Then we had a coffee match. Darby Allin and Gabe did. So this was wild. Okay.
You had a coffee match, and I'm guessing Darby Allin was part of it.
Darby Allin threw Gabe Kidd in a car's truck, flipped it over, and drugged Gabe Kidd to the ring unconscious. Gabe Kidd had a good showing, but of course, you started out the match unconscious. You lost. Darby Allin off a match. So then the most dangerous man in AEW, because he did beat Brody King, the most dangerous. One Swerve Strickland challenged Kenny Omega. He says, if you want a match, put his EVP status on the line. But this is not like with the Young Bucks. This is, if I beat you, Kenny Omega, I become EVP. If you want another match. So, waiting for the response back from Kenny, but the challenge has been there. Swerve say, I want to be EVP. And the match was made official by Tony Khan later on for Dynamite. Tonight, we had Small Bailey, 1/3 of your Trios champions, against Mark Davis. Mark Davis is a tag team specialist whose partner is hurt. He was Trios week. He lost. We had a no holds barred match between Marina Shafir and Mina Shirakawa. This match was supposed to be Tony Storm, but of course, Mina be a bigger star. Of course, the person this kind of things happen. But Marina put on a good fight at the same time.
Can the lady survive without
Then you
Tony
had the Young
Storm?
Bucks and Jungle Jack Perry, who are now friends again against the Don Callis family. Of course, Jungle Jack and his guys won the match against Rocky Romero, Trent Beretta, and Okada. So that's pretty much what happened on AEW. Could go into a little bit more detail, talk about a few things, but we got 2 weeks of Raw. We're gonna hit some quick commercials, just to whet y'all appetite, give y'all a quick break in case you need to run to the bathroom or something. When we get back, it's all Playmaker. It's all Raw and SmackDown, baby.
Everything Boston. I love you morons. New Kids from the Block, New Edition,
Dear whatever the law firm is. Sincerely, the U.S. Supreme Court.
Ben Affleck, Matt Damon. Go yourself again, Jason Whitlock.
Rams fans all around the world.
It's a beautiful thing to be a Rams fan right now. Stafford's back. We will see about Cup. And running back Kerryon Williams to return.
Lend me your ears, or should I say lend Playmaker your ears, as he breaks down week by week everything in the Los Angeles Rams canon.
Number 99, Aaron Donald. Can't wait for 2029 to come to know that you are going in the Hall of Fame, and it should be first ballot, no questions asked.
Join the Playmaker as he breaks down everything Los Angeles Rams style in Ramily Talk on the Playmakers Blog Network YouTube channel and where you can find podcasts. Whether it's the men's college game,
The way that this season has been going, anything is possible.
the women's college game,
And how passionate Angel Reese was at that press conference, they got their mojo now.
the WNBA,
AJ Wilson-Brown stood at 1 and 2, followed by Brittany Griner, Aaliyah Boston, Jackie Young.
or the NBA.
The Lakers had a 0.8 chance of winning. And then what happened in the fourth quarter? LeBron James by himself outdid the Clippers.
You will get any and all of the information right at your fingertips or your earlobes. Join the Playmaker as he breaks down all things basketball in Shooting Lights Out on the Playmakers Blog Network YouTube channel and where you can find podcasts.
All right, we back. We got plenty of time to talk WWE. Playmaker, the floor is yours, big dog.
Even though my co-host wasn't trying to, he just had to remind me what I had to go through Monday.
What'd I do?
God, Monday show sucked. I couldn't stand being on the show. Just had to remind me.
I wouldn't even be mad. I'd be on there laughing at Tar Heels. But But I understood that there was nothing we were gonna do.
Oh, trust me, I told Coach Jones several times there was nothing he can do. He told me he want to be a friend. There's nothing you can do. I watched my team get upset, my brackets destroyed, and I had to give the heat check to the freaking Lakers out of all teams. So yeah, that's how my Monday started. How my Monday ended? Watching more madness happen on the Raw side for the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So we have 2 weeks of wrestling to go through on WWE side. So instead of just going through everything, we're just gonna have a conversation. Make this something like Busted Open, but Monarch style. You feel me?
I don't watch Busted Open, so okay.
It's pretty much conversations, you know. Even though neither one of us has wrestling experience, so we don't have a bully rail to give us the wrestling point of it. Just 2 dudes talking wrestling. That's it. Having a conversation. First, let's start off with. Let's just start off right at the top, you know. Going back to last week, Monday Night Raw, sir. How did you feel when Brock Lesnar beat up all them masked men and Seth Rollins is standing there watching because everybody knows he can't really do nothing. He ain't even regularly clear to do anything in the contact right now. And then the lights go out and Mr. Lula coming out.
Finally. So I felt finally. Or in the words of The Rock, finally. That's what I felt. And I knew who was going to get the upper hand on that.
That's the thing. Picked him up with no problem, held him up there, fall from grace to Brock Lesnar. Points to the WrestleMania sign. Yes, sir. Thank you for that. This is what we asked for. All right. Next week, we in Boston. We're in the TD Garden. Paul Heyman's out there. He's doing his thing. He's talking his sticks, you know. Brock Lesnar fought 20 men. He was surprised by it and all this other stuff. The ruler comes out again. Now we have a face-to-face. We have a face-to-face showdown between Brock Lesnar and Obafemi. Brock Lesnar gets the upper hand. Oh, he's going, no, not so fast, Mr. Lesnar. Clothesline you over the top rope. Obafemi, 2 weeks in a row over Brock Lesnar, sir.
Yep. For the casual fan, the non-NXT fan, if Oba doesn't a couple of weeks, probably next week too, get the advantage over Brock or Brock's next appearance, there's no real match in their mind. So they have to do this. Right? Like me and you, we watch NXT. We know who Obafemi is. But if you're somebody who only watches main roster WWE, excuse me, and that's a lot of people.
My question is, who doesn't know about Obafemi? Because that man is over.
Right, but what I'm saying is being over is one thing, but to try to say he has an opportunity to win this match, to suspend belief and say that, he has to get over in these promos. He has to be the one that's physically dominating at least for a couple of weeks. Because if you don't see that, then you don't believe, right? You love the music. You love he come down. He's a big dude. He do a little strut. But him actually winning this match, for that to happen, again, he's got to get over from the jump.
2 weeks in a row over Brock Lesnar. Now, the interesting part is this. Listen to what you have to say. Guess what round 3 is going to be at? Madison Square.
Not surprised.
Is that the time for Brock Lesnar to get some type of payback? He's over 2.
If he doesn't, right then he will the next week. He can be over 3 because it's not the actual event yet. It doesn't really matter if Brock gets over. What I anticipate is Obo get over one more time. Brock will then catch him slipping. Get a little get back. Then depending on how many more there is before WrestleMania, we all know whoever gets over the Raw before WrestleMania is going to lose the match. That's how it goes. Especially when there's no championships on the line.
Definitely no championships on the line.
So we already know like what the end result is going to be. Feel me? Just based off how this rolls.
But we got the WrestleMania match that we wanted. We wanted Ober and Brock, and we are getting Ober and Brock at WrestleMania.
Yeah, we are.
And my sister thinks Brock is winning. I don't know, man. Brock on his way out. He might do the job.
It's still too early for me to tell. Normally I would say Brock, but with, like you said, on the way out, starting to want to put other guys over, it's a possibility.
And then think about it. When have you ever seen Brock Lesnar let the other person get over him twice, 2 weeks in a row?
So Yolanda says Obafemi is the man. Oh, they keep pushing him too. I think Brock's going to win because he's not going to let that black man beat him at WrestleMania.
And why you gotta bring up black? Why you just can't say
Yolanda, your brother might try to do that whole thing, but that's a valid argument. In my mind, that's a valid argument.
Of course, ain't yo.
And Yolanda said, "I'm just saying he black." That's a valid argument.
Yeah, that's your thought process when it comes to Triple H.
That's a valid argument, Yolanda.
So I never don't expect you to feel different.
And Yolanda says, "Cause how he did Kofi, and some others of color." Yeah.
I mean, him and Bobby Lashley did go back and forth. That wasn't just a one-off. They did go back and forth.
Who went back and forth?
That's not that. That's Brock and Roman.
I was about to say, Brock and Kofi went back and forth.
I ain't say Kofi. I said Bobby.
Oh, I was about to say.
I was talking about Bobby Lashley.
Oh, I was talking about Kofi. I'm like, Kofi got one and done.
Oh, I know that. I know.
Brock Lesnar did everything besides pull out the whip on him.
And the funny thing is, I can actually probably one of the people that knew was like, yeah, this ain't going to end well for Kofi. You're done.
I mean, I think everybody do that.
Yeah, you're done. That's it. Your title reign's over with.
I think his kids was like, "Oh, well, Dad, that's it for you, pops."
Well, at least you won it at WrestleMania and held it after SummerSlam.
It says laugh out loud. Hey, I'm just saying, you gotta be real about it too.
I said, at least he won it at WrestleMania. Got to hold it past SummerSlam. Usually lose it at SummerSlam. Like you usually drop it at SummerSlam. You got to wait till they went back to Fox to drop it. It was like another 2 months later.
Oh yeah, man. What a long reign.
We all knew it wasn't gonna be long. We was like, if he can get SummerSlam, we're good with it. That's what the thought process was. If he make it a SummerSlam with the title, we're good.
My thing is, if you're gonna put, so I feel like this: if you're gonna put the title on somebody, you're not gonna ever put the title on again. At least give them like a 6-month run, because they never gonna get it again. And they knew when they put that title on him that they did not expect him to ever be in a position to get the title again. So let him at least have a decent run.
That was his run. He won it in WrestleMania, which is like beginning of it, and he dropped it in October because that's when they made the move to Fox. That's good. That's about 6 months.
Okay, well, about 6 months. I didn't think he added that long.
That's about 6 months. That's why we always say if you can win the title and you're not going to have a long reign, just get it to SummerSlam because it's like 5-6 months time range right there. Get winning on the biggest PLE, can you hold it to the next big PLE? Then we're good. Everybody was good. It's just the fact that Brock smashed him in like 8 seconds. That's what the problem came in it.
Okay, so yeah, it was 180 days.
But yeah, Brock Lesnar, he
Yeah, it was
might.
180 days.
I think Brock might do. If he don't do the job, he might do it at SummerSlam because they're saying he might return. His last match is going to be at SummerSlam because that's actually in Minnesota.
Yeah, he'll lose that one to Gunther.
That's the. I'm glad you brought him up. We haven't heard nothing from Gunther on this road to WrestleMania.
I don't think we will.
This is what happens when you gave him that career killing gimmick. He has nobody. He has no career to kill at WrestleMania.
Well, I mean, he might be hurt. He might just want a little time off, you know.
On the biggest part of the year for wrestling. Interesting.
I mean, it doesn't matter the same to everyone. Gunther know he's gonna have at least 10 more opportunities, more than likely at WrestleMania. So it's not the same. It's not like he's trying to be like Randy Orton and be there 21 years in a row, or 21 years. You know what I'm saying? So it's not the same concern. He can take a step back and chill for this, or he can beat Rey Mysterio and drag him to the ring and make him have a match with him. Who knows? Feel like we should have got more matches in this past 2 weeks than we have, but you know,
Rey been injured, so
who cares about build up, right?
Rey been injured. That's why we haven't heard nothing from Rey Mysterio because he's injured.
You jabronis are gonna buy it. You're either gonna watch it or you're gonna spend too much money and come see it anyway.
There's been some uptick in the ticket sales, but I think more people might be on the ESPN path this year.
I think,
and you want to know why WWE and TKO why that is? Because you put it in the same place you put it in last year.
I think there's that, and I think also the price. And the only reason they had the uptick was because they had some deals where like you buy one get one half off or something like that, for certain days and stuff. So I think that's been the uptick. They're trying to push it and sell more because it's not doing the numbers that they thought it was going to do. Like you said, you put in the same place 2 years in a row, and it's an expensive place to just do everything in, and then you go up on ticket prices. So
there is WrestleMania in the same place back-to-back years. Now you done it multiple years, you know. You've been to Orlando twice. You've been to Chicago several times, you know, all that stuff. But it was spread it out.
Right.
You're doing it back-to-back. People ain't trying to go back to Vegas. And that's why I said earlier, y'all want to put the first hour of night one on ESPN too? You want to put the first hour of night two on ESPN? You better bring hot bread of fire. Matter of fact, let me think what you think of it, because I do listen to Busted Open when I get a chance. And this is what Bubba said. Night 2. He said the opening match of night 2 should be Obafemi and Brock Lesnar.
I don't have a problem with that. I don't think it has to be there, but I don't have a problem with it. It's a good match because the crowd will be hot right off whatever they do for the pre-show, because you know they'll have a pre-show too. So the crowd will be hot off that. I think night 2 is going to be the one that has the most people there. Because personally, if I was going to WrestleMania, when I went to WrestleMania, you're only going to get one night of tickets, bro. You're not going to get no 2 nights of tickets. I'm not buying 2 nights of tickets. I'll watch night 1 somewhere and then night 2 go to. So you want to put I hate to say it like this, but you want to put your premier matches on night 2 as many as you can. You got to put some on night 1 because people are paying for night 1 too. But I think you want the ones that you really want people to see and get the crowd behind and everything, and not have to, shoot the promos and take stuff from it from certain angles. You want it on night 2. I'm gonna throw some good points out here. I'm gonna let you read it this time, sir.
That's all right. People don't have that type of money. Gas prices too high, and the airports is crazy right now. All the workers still on strike.
Yeah. People was getting mad. And then somebody asked the question. They said, would you go to work if you wouldn't get paid? And my response was, I wouldn't go to work for myself if I wouldn't get paid.
Anyway, he says that he's not joking.
I'd be like, you got to pay me, bro.
Let's conversation in the mirror with himself.
Like what Biggie say, give me the loot. Biggie. That's what I'm talking about.
Just throwing that out there.
Fair enough.
Now, we finally had the okay, how did you feel about the way Judgment Day kicked Finn Balor out? Did you think he was going to get kicked out, or thought he was just going to leave?
Well, I been saying he was going to get kicked out. And the reason I knew he was going to get kicked out is because that's what they do. Because you make the group look weak if a dude just walk away. If I just say like say me, you, Yolanda in a faction, and I just say, hey, I'm out on y'all. I just leave. Y'all look like some suckers, some chumps. Like they used to say in the 70s, some jive time turkeys. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, there was no other way to do it. There was no other way to do it.
All right. So Dirty Dom failed in his attempt to recapture the Intercontinental title against Penta, thanks to one Finn Balor. So is this going to be a title shot at WrestleMania, or just a straight up old-fashioned fisticuffs at WrestleMania?
Well, he would have to win the championship back. And I think that Finn's going to do everything he can to make sure he doesn't. Now, what could happen, because we haven't got our multi-person championship match yet. This could end up being like a 3 or 4-way match. Hopefully one of them is, because they really be playing with us about giving us multi-man matches. We got all these people in the company. We're going to get Finn we're going to get some version of Finn versus Dominic. It might be Finn and a partner versus maybe Finn and Penta versus Dominic and JD, or it could be a 4-way match. It's going to have to be something for sure.
No. Good evening, Mr. Barry.
So Barry says, good evening, gentlemen. So who do y'all think Trick going to face? Good evening, Barry. I think, unfortunately,
it's Sammy.
Yeah, it's going to be Sammy.
It's Sammy. He's facing Sammy.
Yeah, it's going to be Sammy.
It took them this long to finally actually make contact with each other. All the other weeks was just words. Now we finally found some physicality on SmackDown. Even though I ain't jumped SmackDown yet. But.
Yolanda says you're right, cool about him getting kicked out. I ain't want to be Yolanda. I just knew how they do with the groups. And then she says they kicked everybody out of Judgment Day. Edge, Rhea, Damian, now Finn. And ironically, those are all the original people. Right, because you had Edge, Rhea, Damian, and then they brought in Finn and then kicked out Edge. So ironically, this is like the 4 main people who either started the group or was like the first edition. So now everybody is a later addition to the group.
Speaking of that group, if you want Triple H, if you ever want somebody just to ambush somebody without people seeing it coming, just do it how Stephanie did it. You ain't even see Stephanie until it was too late. Cool, you know how I called that when me and my brother watching. I said that was that on site ambush.
Yeah. Steph was like, as soon as I see that heifer.
That was that on site. Soon as I see you, it is on. I was like, "Ooh, wait a minute." Not the way that I hate to do this. How Cody Rhodes did it. You saw that man from a mile away coming. You muted.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go, Cody. And it still took him a minute to get there to hit him.
I mean, Cody be looking like Homelander, bro. You can't just walk in and nobody see you. You got on flashy robes and you know what I'm saying?
We didn't even see Stephanie.
Like that.
That time
yeah,
you look, oh.
Yeah, that's how you're supposed to come. Ryan McCarthy's in the building.
Is that right?
He says, "What's happening, brothers?" Oba, and I'm at who?
Even Ryan's on board with Obafemi. I love it.
But that's the thing. You got the guy that people rock with, like, right? So this is why I say I believe he's going to be on Raw. Is because if you put him and Trick on the same show, you got to diminish the hypeness a little bit. But if you keep them on separate shows, we're going to be whooping that Trick all year, and we're going to be all year.
Monday nights will be ruler night. Friday nights will be whoop that Trick night.
Yep. So that's why I've always said I believe it was going to be on different shows.
We both said it was going to be on different shows. We just didn't know which one was going to be on what. And
then when they started whooping that Trick on SmackDown, I was like, well.
We got Raw coming. He's going to Raw. And you know, he's been on Raw ever since. He's been on Raw since like the past month. He hasn't officially signed a contract, but you haven't seen him on SmackDown. He did his little fun with Kit Wilson and got that out the way. That he's been on Raw ever since.
Thank goodness. Because I didn't want him to have any long association with Kit Wilson.
See, Barry, that's like Wilson. That's how you do an ambush. Don't nobody see you. Like it just happened. And guess what? Everybody understood the assignment. You know, hey, Liv did what she did, so she got what she deserved.
Yeah.
I have no problems with it.
None at all. Rick James.
But now I was like, oh, then that's how I said I need Finn. Well, I knew the match was happening. I said, oh, Finn's coming back. And then they actually confirmed it when that happened with Stephanie. I said, oh, we took Liv. I said, yep, that leaves room for Finn to come right back. Good.
I think Backlash, we're gonna get a Stephanie and Finn versus Dom and Liv match, no matter who wins.
That would be interesting. That would be interesting. And it's in Tampa too.
And I want Demon Finn.
All right, is he ready to bring Demon Finn back?
He better be.
You know how you feel about it. You know how you feel about that.
Well, he
you know how you feel about it.
I'm not gonna get in that conversation.
That's fine. Speaking of which, let's get to the juiciness. Is the OG bloodline reforming before our eyes?
I hope not, but I think so. I think people don't understand, like, when you continuously do this stuff, it loses its thunder, so to speak.
I mean, Jay's not 18 anymore.
He was eating.
He did a small yeet, but
he was eating doing the whole thing where he was like, "Oh, kick his butt." He was eating. He was like, "Joe."
When he called him by his government now, I said, "Oh Lord."
Yeah, I said, somebody about to get their ass kicked. And his name
Get
is
him.
Phil.
Get him. CM Punk is very disrespectful.
Yeah, he's so disrespectful. He made that man call him by his government.
CM Punk is very disrespectful.
Yeah,
you mad because Roman called you old and you threw the first punch. And he says, it's not the fact the word old got to me, it's the fact that Roman said it.
His young boy said it. We call him a young boy. Actually, call him his young boy, which is a very disrespectful term.
Like, he is very disrespectful.
Yeah. Call me a young boy. I might slap you too.
Jay's reverting back to the right hand man. Jay, it's about action for him right about now.
I don't even think this is reverting to right hand man. Jay. I think this is OTC 2, Jay.
Oh. And that's part of the reason why CM Punk was smiling after he got his behind beat. Okay, you know what's going to happen at Madison Square Garden, right?
I do.
CM Punk finna flip this right on Roman.
You know what he's gonna say? His favorite thing, Roman. Who's really in charge of the bloodline? I truthfully am tired of hearing that crap myself.
Jay pushed the white buttons and CM Punk end up through a table.
That's the one thing I definitely 100% with Roman on. Who's really in charge of the bloodline, Roman? Huh? Who's really in charge of the bloodline?
Speaking of which, Jay went off on the Vision.
He did.
I thought I felt bad for Austin Theory, but I actually felt bad for Logan Paul because he didn't see it coming.
He did.
Jay literally cold caught him with his own brass knuckles.
True. But I think, too, you got to look at it and say, all right, he did do that. But at the same time, I like the fact that we getting Jay snapping.
And while you playing, your boy better chill out because he might be the next one to get snapped on.
LA Knight?
Yes.
Oh, he gonna be next. He asking for it, and they gonna get it to him. Yeah, he asking for it.
I'm like, man, Ellie, would you stop?
He's asking to be smacked, bro. Sometimes people won't like getting smacked.
People keep asking questions, what we do with you at WrestleMania, and you better mess around and get taken out before WrestleMania even get here. And it's not by the people we would want to see do it, which is the Vision, because that makes sense. Not the Usos. Now, will really be the telling point of all this? What if Jimmy snaps?
I think Jimmy about to get taken out by somebody so he can go take a break with the baby, because you know he just had the baby.
It's been so many different reports. I don't know if she had the baby or not.
Rikishi said she had the baby, and Rikishi can't hold water.
They also said Rikishi came back and said that was somebody else he was talking about. So I'm like, yeah, you had a baby.
Okay.
What is going on?
I know if he ain't had the baby, that baby got to be coming soon. So long story short, sooner or later, he's going to have to take a break. That's what I'm looking at.
I'm just trying to figure out.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. The break is coming. The break is coming. The break is coming.
No, it said she had it.
That's what I'm saying.
It said she had it.
That's what I thought. But like I said, it won't worth me arguing about.
Baby boy. Okay.
They had a picture.
Lord.
I thought I seen a picture, but with pictures, you can't never trust because it could be AI.
These days and age. Now, actually, I think I do follow Naomi on Instagram, but I don't know the last time she posted anything on Instagram.
She's a little distracted now with the little one. She ain't got time for that no more. But she's going to be proceeding with caution again soon.
If they let her come back and do that, which they should.
A few more months. Baby.
But man, Roman and Punk are heating things up on the road to WrestleMania.
I ain't trying to.
And Jay about to snap on some people. It don't matter who. He's snapping on somebody.
Right.
At this point.
I would agree with that. I would definitely agree with that.
Sticking with the bloodline, switching over to SmackDown. If I do recall, Tama did say something similar that LA Knight said to Jey Uso, but said it to Solo. So,
yep. And he did not lie.
Solo wasn't lying either. Y'all did ruin y'all chance at getting to WrestleMania. You lost the titles. And not all the teams you lost to was Damian Priest and R-Truth.
But they lost the titles, helping him keep a stupid lamp.
Yep, that damn Wyatt 6 lantern.
So, I mean, it's your fault that we lost the belts. Because if we weren't focused on helping you, we probably would have won the match. And I want to say on that, it seems like R-Truth was the only one that knew they was going to win those championships. I don't believe Damian Priest knew. His response when it happened, that's not a response to somebody that already knew what was happening. Just want to throw that out there.
You saying R-Truth already had the seeds in the ground for already? And then people just along for the ride. Whatever happens, happens.
Yep. But before we finally get over here, a couple of comments. Go ahead and throw those out here. So we got Barry Neal says, "Oh yes, that was real aggressive. Stephanie was not playing." Agreed. And then Yolanda says, "Everybody loves Oba, men, women, and kids of all races." This is also true. So Ryan says, if we get Demon Baylor, will we get Demon Vakir?
Me and Ryan been hanging out in the same groups as I seen that. So I'm like,
we could get Banshee Vakir. Doesn't necessarily have to be a demon, but something with face paint close to it. I can see that. Could be demon. Yolanda says, by the way, I don't like that Brock called Oba a boy. That's disrespectful and racist. I will not disagree with that either. I wasn't going to be the one to bring that one up this time, though, because, it's normally me. But I knew that my good friend Yolanda would look out. Yolanda says March 20th, 2026 is what reports say that she gave birth. And then Yolanda says Damien didn't know, but R-Truth did. Agreed.
Just want to tie the whole bloodline story and all in together in both shows.
Yeah, I feel you. I mean, it doesn't.
It's just interesting that Friday Thomas telling Solo he sound like Roman, and then Monday LA Knight is like, yeah, you sounding like Roman.
Well,
We got people thinking.
If you think about it, if we go back to the bloodline storyline that clearly is never going to go away, who is supposed to be the next two OTCs? Jay Uso and then Solo Sikoa. Or as my boy Wade Barrett say, Solo Sikoa. Solo. That guy. So yeah, there's that.
Just want to get that in there. Tie the whole bloodline in there together.
So maybe they're saying like Roman because they have been trained by the OTC.
Oh, and by the way, Boston was not on CM Punk's side Monday. Boston was not on CM Punk's side Monday.
Oh, no, they weren't.
So of course Chicago gonna be on CM Punk. That's Chicago. Like, let's be for real. Boston said, "No, we ain't messing with you, Punk. We with the OTC," which makes Madison Square Garden even more interesting when them two come face to face.
This is the face versus face battle. We're not going to get a heel out of this, but we're going to get two faces that talk a lot of smack and that both have heelish tendencies and have been heels in the past. So we get a little bit of both sides from both, and I think they'll play based on how the city responds to them because these are both guys that can do that. I wouldn't say that about Roman before he became the tribal chief, but I'll say that about him now. His mic work has improved dramatically.
Thank you, John Cena.
But did we see John Cena help Roman Reigns?
No, we just saw him cook Roman Reigns.
I'm just saying did we actually see him cook Roman Reigns? Or did we just hear him cook Roman Reigns? Because I don't know if you were or not, but we can't see him.
We definitely can't see him now.
We couldn't see him before. We could just hear him.
Transition over to SmackDown now. I think I hit all the good points that I needed to hit on Raw. SmackDown. Where do I begin on SmackDown? It's only one spot to begin. Drew McIntyre, Jigga Fall 2. Oh my gosh. You guys go ahead and talk about them.
Quit 1 week. Came out and helped Trick Willie get the biggest win of his career with his lemon pepper steppers against Jacob Fatu in the main event. The next week, I'm going to let you tell that story.
First, me is going to ram into the cars together. Jacob Fatu. Drew McIntyre literally pulled the entire windshield off the car. Dragged Jacob Fatu out the front and started to whoop his behind. A bloody Jacob Fatu. Drew grabs the mic. What you thought was going to happen? I was like, now that's the Drew that I've been waiting on. That's the Drew I've been waiting on. That's the... Oh, no. You ain't getting off that easy. And then Jacob Fatu comes out. We going at it right again. This time in the arena. Jacob Fatu put Drew McIntyre to the table. Boy, I tell you, what a crazy start to SmackDown. And he thought that was it of it. Going back to the MLTs having their problem, which lasted for about 90 seconds because before you know it, Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre come flying by fighting again. It's like they're going at it again. What the world? And you know what? They pulled a page out of Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes book. Hey, we started the show. We gonna finish the show. And how we gonna finish the show? We gonna fight outside again. And this time we gonna be on the building. We gonna fall off the building. I'm like, okay. This is definitely a WrestleMania match. We just need to know what stipulations are gonna be on it. That's all we need to know. What we doing? A cage match? We doing a street fight? What we doing? That's all we want to know. What we doing? Because no matter what you're doing, we gonna watch.
Yeah, we're gonna watch. That's true.
We gonna watch.
We're gonna watch. Yes. It's gonna be good, whatever they do.
We just want to see who gonna get their behinds beat better. That's it.
We just want to see.
I don't even want to pick. I don't even want to pick nobody in this match. I just want to see them two fight.
Like the kids. Like the kids said, we're just gonna see who's gonna die.
That's all I want to do right now. I don't know if you feel the same way. I don't even care to pick on this one. That's whoever wins.
I'm gonna pick it, but we gotta get close. The thing is, I gotta see how the flow go before we can tell who's gonna win. Because there's a lot of just random wildness happening.
Of course, I'm gonna pick it, but I ain't gonna too much care about my pick on this one. I don't want to see them two destroy each other.
No, they're gonna definitely do that.
I can't get my favorite forward, but at least y'all can give me them two destroying each other. I'll settle for that. I wanted my favorite forward though.
I don't want it no more.
No, I'm good.
Thanks to Randy, I don't want it no more.
Oh. I'm gonna get him.
Randy made me be like, my bad, Randy. Randall Keith Orton. I apologize for wanting a forward. You don't need that, sir.
You know the funny thing. You know the funny thing was he was kind of alluding to it too. My fact, he can go ahead and talk to it because I'm right. He always kind of alluded to it. Like, it was so easy. It was gonna be Randy Orton versus Drew, and then Cody had to screw it up.
And then he gave him permission.
And Cody had the audacity, the unmitigated call to tell this man, listen to the voices in your head.
I was shocked when I heard that. And I also understood that Cody Rhodes was going to get destroyed at that point, too. Because that's what the voices always tell Randy. They don't say be nice and hug people. That's not what the voices say.
He beat that man so bad, we ain't seen Cody Rhodes since. You've been wanting a break from Cody Rhodes. Randy Orton gave you a break from Cody Rhodes.
And Randy, thank you for that, sir. Greatly appreciated, sir. Greatly appreciated.
And he got beat so bad, he was supposed to show up Pat McAfee today. That didn't happen.
No, I mean, sometimes you get caught, you get got.
And then Friday on SmackDown, Matt Cardona decided to look in the wrong direction. I'm just gonna say looking in the wrong direction.
I'm gonna say have an opinion that nobody wanted to hear. But either way it works.
And he got his behind beat for his efforts.
He did.
And you know the crazy thing about it is the past two SmackDowns, everybody cheered Randy Orton for doing it.
Yep. Randy said he doesn't want to be a good guy. We like, cool. We don't want you to be a good guy.
And guess what? Nobody's calling Randy Orton a heel because we don't care.
Well, we're not calling him a heel because he's doing what we want. He's having his face activities. It's just that we like him to be dastardly. If that makes sense.
He tried to get them to boo him. He was successful in that one stint, but he is not. Earth to everybody in WWE TKO. We, the WWE Universe, we are not booing Randy Orton at WrestleMania. I hope you get this through your head.
Facts.
Actually, we'll be cheering Randy Orton to win number 15 from Cody Rhodes.
You should never gave Kobe the belt back.
Could have made it easy. You could have gave him a fatal 4-way. Randy Orton wins the Fatal 4-Way. He's the 15-time champion. Very easy. But hey, we got a crazy Randy Orton, and we love a crazy Randy Orton.
Yolanda says, "Thank you, Randy. Thank you, Randy." And at that emo guy says, "Dog, WTF is that AI generated looking a thumbnail? And it's called upgraded thumbnail, sir. Definitely AI generated. We think it looks nice. Everyone else thinks it looks nice, but you. So that's what it is, sir.
It is what it is. You can hate it or not. Doesn't matter." Oof. Sir, we got what we wanted, but did we actually get what we wanted? If you understand what I'm saying. We got what we wanted. We getting the baddies. But did we actually get what we wanted?
So here's the thing. What did you want? That's where we got to start. What did you want?
Definitely wanted the baddie session.
Okay.
You know, we got a. Well, in this case, Jay is the heel because nobody's not picking against Rhea for the most part.
So what did you not want?
But is Meacham and B5 the ones that we need to do it?
So who did you want?
That's a very good question.
That's the one that nobody's thinking about. Who did you want?
I understand it because it's like, how many times do y'all want to get beat up by Jay before y'all decided to like, okay, like,
He's got beaten submission.
Like, what can we do not to run into you?
Yeah, she got beaten submission. That's all that happened.
No, I say I understand how it happened.
Yeah, I'm just asking because I've seen people say that. But who did you want?
So you knew where I was going with it.
So there was a couple of unrealistic, maybe users of some elevation type substances that were saying, we wanted Bianca and we wanted Naomi. We're okay with B-Fab. So why in the fudge knuckles would Naomi come back and be in a faction with the person that she hated the most when they were the big three? Why would Bianca come back and be a heel? Expectations have to make sense. Like, you can't just say, oh, I want to have all the best black girls just be baddies. Why would they want to be baddies when they want the championship? And they have the star power to step up and say, hey, I might take your championship. Why would they want to be her sidekicks?
And the two people that he brought up was the two people that actually helped bring her into WWE, by the way.
Yes. On the low.
It was called a big three for a reason. When you're a big three, there's no sidekicks. But it does make me think, what percentages is there for Jay to retain the title? Because you're going to bring the baddies. I'm like, now you're making it interesting now.
Right. Now you jack that percentage up quite a bit. Though it would have been wiser to introduce them at WrestleMania. Because now you give Rhea a chance to prepare for them.
And then you'd throw the swerve at everybody because everybody's going in thinking Rhea's going to win. And then all of a sudden,
there's another baddie coming, though, by the way. So I don't know who yet. There's another baddie. Hopefully they'll be.
I was with you because you do it at WrestleMania, you swerve to everybody.
But if you add another one, that's a swerve too.
You swerve too. So it's like, oh, so Rhea's not winning at WrestleMania. Great. But now that you did it before WrestleMania, people, like he said, Rhea gets to prepare for it, and also people are got to thinking that, of course, Io might get involved with this at some point, which she better stay away from Raquel if she wants to get involved.
Right.
Just to throw that out there. And then, whenever the truth comes out about Bianca Belair and her finger, she could be on the other side of Jade Cargill, like my co-host said earlier. Just to help even the odds. Because we both know Bianca don't do unfair advantages.
I don't think Bianca's gonna be able to repeat. What I'm hearing is she may have to have a knuckle replacement or something.
So it's an interesting way of going about things, but hey, they giving me the baddies. I can't beat this.
Right.
Yeah, I think Kyrie. I don't think Kyrie's gonna make that turn to either on WrestleMania or after WrestleMania. Cause like, there's no way you just gonna all of a sudden just snap that fast.
Yeah. Glenda says I think Io and Kyrie going to get back together. That's a good possibility.
It is. I mean, Kyrie's she's gonna snap on Oscar at some point. It's gonna have to happen. At WrestleMania or after WrestleMania is the question. I don't think it's happening before then.
Right.
It's a moment that people can hold on to and say, yes, she stood up to the bully. That's what they pay an Oscar, a bully.
Mm-hmm. Completely agree with that, sir. Completely agree. 1000%.
Oh, by the way, that might be our multi-person match, that women's tag team title match, by the way.
That's going to be one for sure. It's going to have to be. I don't see a way to dwindle that down. I'm still holding out a little hope for the Intercontinental Championship match, too. It doesn't excite me, AJ Lee versus, what you call it? Becky Lynch. It just
But
doesn't.
because we knew that was going to make it a WrestleMania. We knew that.
Yeah, so I would like to have, some more people added to at least one more person. So we'll see. It may not happen.
Now, the interesting thing is if Becky Lynch actually loses to AJ Lee at WrestleMania, that would be the interesting part. Because we don't believe AJ Lee's winning that title at WrestleMania. She's dropping it back to Becky.
I don't think she's dropping it back to Becky. That's why I want a third person. I think we need someone else to have it. You know who could find their way into the match and have a big WrestleMania moment that we're not thinking about? Former Intercontinental Champion. Former Women's Intercontinental Champion.
That she's done with Natalya.
Right.
Because I don't see that happening anytime soon. The way Natalya's been beating her behind. It was been beating her behind. Could be a four-way. Because I know you're talking about. I'm just like, the way Natty's been beating her behind.
Now I'm so forgive me, y'all, because I do be trying to push 4 ways and 5 ways and 6 matches and stuff like that, because you need, like, to me, you need more multi-person matches, just not one-on-one matches. You need more multi-person, like, 3 ways, 4 ways, 5 ways, stuff like that, because it gets more people on WrestleMania, so it makes it more interesting because everybody has fans, right? So if you can get as many people on the card as you can get more people to buy into certain matches. You can get people to buy. That's why
they went to 2 nights.
Yeah, but still, they still don't do a good job of putting enough people on, even though it's 2 nights. That's just how I feel. Don't make it right, but that's how I feel.
We just a couple of weeks away from WrestleMania.
Couple of weeks away.
We're almost there.
We need some more people. We need more.
Oh yeah.
matches. Hopefully, we get those this week.
By the way, Dennis Rodman going into the WWE Hall of Fame.
He was a wrestler. NWO.
Yep. And for those of you who sounds like, why is this, Robert? Did you not see what happened at Stark? Was it Stark Age? Or Bash at the Beach? Bash at the Beach. Bash at the Beach. That man was doing wrestling while also being in the NBA Finals.
And the Bulls were not happy about that. But Dennis Rodman didn't give a fudge.
They weren't happy about it, but they knew who they had. They knew who Dennis Rodman was. Like,
Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you hopping on. Those who did for the Wednesday episode, make sure you like, share it, subscribe if you haven't, and come back. Holler at your boys next week. We'll be back on our Monday normal slot. But you know, every once in a while things come up. We need to do a show. Monday ain't gonna work, so we're gonna slide it over. But it is never where you start. It is always where you finish. For Playmaker, it is your boy Cool McCain. Another episode in the books, and we out.